In our previous episode, we delved into the chilling story of Omega-7, a violent anti-Castro terrorist group that emerged in the late 1970s. We explored their series of bombings across major US cities, targeting Cuban missions, businesses, and individuals. The FBI faced significant challenges in identifying and stopping this elusive group, led by a mysterious voice claiming responsibility for each attack. To get the full story and all the details of this gripping investigation, be sure to click the link at the top of the screen or in the description box to watch the previous episode in its entirety. Now, let's pick up where we left off. On the fifth day, Aroceno's demeanor changed during a call. He started wavering about whether he could continue cooperating, and Agent Wack encouraged him to keep trying and to call back that afternoon. Hours pass and Aroceno doesn't call. When he finally does, he tells Agent Wack that he's not coming back and abruptly hangs up. It's a worst-case scenario for the task force. Armed with federal warrants, the FBI finds and arrests Aroceno's colleagues but cannot locate Aroceno himself. FBI agents search for Aroceno in Cuban communities in Miami and throughout the United States. 2 weeks later, Special Agent Larry Wack receives an unexpected call from Aroceno. The fugitive apologizes for taking off and tries to find out what's happening with his arrested associates. Agent Wack devises a plan to trap the fugitive, giving him his home phone number and setting up a trap and trace on all calls. Days turn into weeks with no word from Aroceno. Then, a month and a half later, Agent Wack receives a call in the middle of the night. It's Aroceno, calling from a pay phone. Agent Wack tries to keep him on the line long enough to trace the call, but when agents arrive at the location, the fugitive is gone. Over the next 8 months, Eduardo Aroceno calls Agent Wack at home more than a dozen times. Agents continue their attempts to trap him, sometimes missing him by mere minutes. They analyze the location of each payphone Aroceno uses and notice a pattern emerging. Every call has come from Little Havana. Investigators decide not to show the fugitive's photo around Little Havana, fearing he will flee to a different city or country. They do reach out to their most trusted informants in the area, but nobody has seen Eduardo Aroceno. Then, on January 12, 1983, bombs explode at 2 Cuban businesses in Miami. A third bomb is found unexploded. Omar, aka Eduardo Aroceno, takes credit for the attacks. The next night, Agent Wack receives a call from Aroceno. Wack confronts him about the recent bombings, and Aroceno admits to carrying them out to let both the FBI and his enemies know he was still around. Agent Wack grows increasingly concerned, realizing that Aroceno seems to derive enjoyment from his terrorist activities. The FBI needs a better plan to trap Aroceno before more innocent people are killed. They intensify their efforts, coordinating with local law enforcement and increasing surveillance in areas where they believe Aroceno might be hiding. On July 20th, 1983, Agent Wack receives an early morning call from Aroceno. As Wack's wife notifies the FBI to set the trace in motion, agents in Miami speed toward Little Havana, waiting for word on the caller's exact location. Agent Wack tries to keep Aroceno on the phone as long as possible, struggling to find topics of conversation as he waits for word that the fugitive has been located. Aroceno eventually hangs up, but the FBI has finally pinpointed his location. Moments later, an agent arrives at the payphone, but Aroceno is already gone. However, the agent notices a man resembling Aroceno enter an apartment a block away. The FBI watches the apartment all night, but no one comes out. The next day, agents knock on the landlady's door. They show her a photo of Aroceno and ask if he lives there. She confirms that he does, pointing out his apartment. Rather than provoke a potentially violent confrontation, the agents ask the landlady to call her tenant outside. She knocks on the door and asks for him in Spanish. When Aroceno opens the door, he's shocked to see the group of armed agents. He's placed under arrest without incident. Inside the apartment, agents find the tools of the terrorist deadly trade: numerous weapons, silencers, Omega-7 stickers, vests, other paramilitary paraphernalia, and bomb components. They also discover remote-controlled devices and half-built timers for setting off bombs, indicating that Aroceno was preparing to conduct more terrorist activities. The arrest of Eduardo Aroceno marks a significant victory for the FBI and law enforcement in their fight against Omega-7. A federal jury eventually convicts Aroceno of bombings, conspiracy, and the murder of the Cuban mission attaché. He is sentenced to life in prison. Other members of Omega-7, already incarcerated, plead guilty to conspiracy to murder a foreign official and conspiracy to bomb property of a foreign government. They are sentenced to 10 years in prison. The successful conclusion of the Omega-7 case in the summer of 1983 sends a powerful message to the exile community. While acknowledging their anti-Castro sentiments and hatred of communism, it makes clear that violent methods will not be tolerated on American streets. The end of the Omega-7 case marks a turning point in anti-Castro terrorism within the United States. However, as one threat diminishes, another emerges to take its place. But before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. See you in the next episode.